Hi, this is Dave. So I did a modification on a Fender guitar that I thought some of you might find interesting. As usual, when I try to find information on the stuff that I want to do, I never find it out there. So I had to kind of figure it out on my own, which is part of the fun of it, I guess. So this is a Strat Plus that I've had for years. It had three gold lace sensors in it, which I really liked. And I had an Eric Clapton boost in it, the 25 decibel boost in it, which was fantastic. And I needed to basically build a guitar to be able to play the song Echoes by Pink Floyd, which has a lot of going on in it. It's one of my favorite David Gilmour songs. I think one of the reasons I love it so much is that there's a tremendous amount of Hendrix. You can really hear the Hendrix influence in that particular song, and his tones and his whole approach to it. There's the funky part, which has got a lot of overbends and feedback in it, and slide in the front with the right-hand slide that I'll show you in a second, which is great too. So definitely a guitar tour de force, that song, and I needed a guitar that could handle it. So I put a Fernandes sustainer in this guitar, which is what these two switches and the driver and the neck is. One of the challenges was obviously the routing, and just getting it all in was challenging. I'm not sure if I like the switches here. I may put them over here, but I haven't decided that yet. But it's working now, and I can actually use it, which is the fun part of it. This switch is nothing right now. I think I may use it to get these, the neck and the bridge in combo, but I'll do that at a later date. But right now, the 25 decibel mid-range boost is in there, and the sustainer is in here. So the first challenge was, this originally was in a Fernandes guitar that had a humbucking pickup in the bridge, and the way the sustainer works is that when it's on, it automatically defers to the bridge pickup. It needs the bridge pickup, just, I guess, for the vibration, the way to really capture the vibration that's coming off this, like an EBow would, really capture it back here. So whatever pickup configuration you're in, once you engage the sustainer, you're immediately going to the bridge pickup. The gold pickups, which are the ones that I like of the lace sensors, are a more passive, typical Stratocaster sound. And I found when I had the gold in it, it just wasn't strong enough. It certainly wasn't to the output of a full humbucking pickup that would pick up the sustainer and really help it sustain. So I went from a gold to a silver, which I had lying around. I popped that in. It's better, but I still may have to go hotter at some point to really capture it. Right now, it's a little bit of a challenge, certainly more so than it was when I had the humbucking pickup in there. So one of the things that I like about it was, to the introduction to Echoes, there's a slide guitar part that is somewhere along the lines of this. Now, he played this at such a high volume that he was able to get the sustain. Obviously, I'm not playing in Pompeii with a bunch of high watts. I'm using a Helix, a Line 6 Helix, for all of these sounds. So it does it really well. I mean, the sustainer really captures that and does a great job of nailing it. The other thing that this can do now is I can go from these very warm introduction sounds the bridge pickup. When it's not in sustainer mode, it's pretty hot. It's overpowering these, so, again, it may require a hotter complement of pickups here, which is going to, get a little bit mid-rangey for me. Right now, I'm living with this. I like it, but you can hear, just with a sound like this, when you engage the 25 decibel boost. When you engage the sustainer, you'll hear it thin out because you're going to lose the neck pickup. It goes to the bridge. But it will sustain. So, what we have now, crunch sounds with the the decibel boost. You can go from you'll hear it compress, especially when you're using a fuzz face clone. It's going to compress when you yank that mid-range in, and you can bring it up just a little bit. I'm going to make a video of the first half of Echoes with a backing track that I found online. It's a pretty good backing track. It's a little fast, One of the challenges of playing Floyd is you really got to hold it back. There's a tendency when it intensifies to increase the tempo. These guys fell. They did a nice job. I mean, their playing is really great. They just got a little fast, and you can feel it when you're doing the riffs. You can feel that you're having to speed up. So let me do that. I'll just engage this backing track, and I'll play along to it, and you can kind of see where I'm engaging the sustainer, where I'm engaging the mid boost. The other caveat to this is that the solo, which is probably my favorite of all of David Gilmour's solos, the big solo before the funky part, it's really amazing what he's doing with that. He played it on his custom-made guitar that had 24 frets, so I'm using a whammy to get up to that 24th fret because I don't have it with a 21 fret Stratocaster. So I'm using a whammy for that, and I'm going to be changing my sound on the Helix from mild crunch for rhythm to more intense crunch for certain leads, and then all out like arbiter sustain, engaging the mid boost in certain places where I just need a little bit more oomph. And you'll see this knob down here, which is when I rotate that, you'll see I'm giving it a little bit more muscle. And this switch right here, and just so you understand the sustainer as well, this is the switch that engages it and turns it on and off, and this other switch engages an octave, a fifth up, so it gives you that feedback. There's a couple of places where I'm going to really get some feedback going, and I'm going to play with that to just make it, sing a little bit differently, okay? And you'll see that. So I'm going to do that now.